Definitely,
That's tight, man.
definitely.
That's tight. I'm excited for you, bro. So now that we talked about a little bit about your career, we've got to know you a little bit. Let's go ahead and talk about your dad a little bit, man, and let's remember some of
Okay.
the memories that we got with him, man. So Johnny, I know you were 12 years old when your dad passed away, right?
Mhm. Yeah, it just happened, well, my birthday's May 26th, and, he passed May 27th.
Wow, your birthday's on May 26th?
Yeah, yeah.
Damn, man, dude. I didn't even know that right there, bro. That's so your birthday's May 26th. Johnny Tapia, your dad, passed away on the 27th. And I believe his
Yes.
mom as well, passed your grandma, passed away on the 28th, if I'm not, if
Yes.
I'm yeah.
Yeah, she
Wow,
passed on
man.
the 28th when he was a baby. Well, when he was a kid, not a baby.
Yeah, yeah, he was 8 years old, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's crazy right there, man. So tell me, since you're 12 years old, right? You're a 12-year-old kid. You've already got a couple memories with your dad. I'm sure you have a
Mhm.
lot of pictures in your brain of things
Oh,
with your
yeah.
dad.
I got a few.
What was it like? What was it like losing your father, man, at 12 years old?
To be honest, I didn't really grasp the concept of it. I feel like well, since I was a kid, I've been through funeral after funeral. I think like our family's so small now. We've had a lot of family pass since I was a kid. So I've always known like what death was, but after my dad, I don't think I understood it. I think like if I'm being honest with you, I don't really remember anything under the age of 14, 15. I think like just the trauma of not having my dad and losing him, it just completely wiped everything. And like now, like I get like glimpses of it, but I honestly couldn't tell you how I was.
Damn. Damn, bro, that's crazy right there, man. That was leading into my next question is do you remember the day that if you could take us back on the day that he died, but you don't
I
remember,
think
huh?
like, well, like I get bits and pieces. So like all I remember was coming home, going upstairs to my room, and then I hear screaming. It's all I heard was screaming. And at the time, like one of our family friends, Pam, she passed away a while ago, but Pam used to be our nanny, mine and my brother's. And I just remember going out of my room, and my dad stayed to the right, like down the hall. And I remember just seeing on my mom on her knees, crying, yelling, and yelling for Pam. And then after that, like Pam grabbed me and Nico, and we went to the park. And after that, I just remember being at the park, and we stayed there for like a few hours, and then going home. Like we had CSI at the house, we had cops at the house, we had news reporters, helicopters. Man, we had like everything. It was rough.
Damn, man. Damn, and tell me, going and then so now that you're 12 and you just lost your dad, and you're going into 13 and 14. How were those next 2 years for you? You know, like you said, how was the next month for you, man?
Man, I honestly I couldn't tell you. That all of that's like a blur for me. It's completely blacked out for me. Genuinely couldn't tell you
Yeah.
because like if there was one thing is like Nico, like my brother was a mama's boy and I was a daddy's boy. And so I was always with my dad. I loved my dad. I wanted to be around my dad 24/7. My mom tells me stories like when I was a kid that I would never allow her to change me. Like it'd always just be him. And so
Yeah.
I
Wow.
guess losing my dad, it felt like losing a part of me, which obviously it is. But I don't really remember much. So it's unfortunate.
Man, that's crazy, Johnny. You know, my son, he doesn't let me change him one time. He likes
No.
he's a mama boy too, dude. He's a mama
Yeah.
boy. And just the fact that you were doing that, like put yourself in your dad's position. I bet you your dad
Mhm.
got this love, bro.
Oh
Got this
yeah.
love that
Oh yeah.
you were choosing him over your mom. You know what I mean, for certain things, dude. That's
Yeah.
awesome, dude. That's absolutely awesome right there, man. And now tell me, do you think it's affected you mentally?
Most definitely.
Gone through that?
Uh,
And how would you say how has it affected you?
repeat that last part.
How would you say his death has affected you mentally growing up?
Um, I'd say it's caused a lot of anger. not as much now. I think more like 16, 17, 18. Not like not having any guidance from my dad, like going through certain things, and I guess not being able to understand
Yeah,
or have a male role model to help out with that. But I don't know. It was like my mom helped as much as she could, but it was hard. It just, like I told you, it felt like I guess half of me was dead, you know?
yeah,
So
yeah. Man, crazy, man. That's crazy right there, man. And how often do you think about your dad, man? Do you still think about him?
every day, every day, I'm talking to that man. I'll go to his grave site or like just like I pray to God, I talk out loud. I like talk out loud to my dad. Damn you! Like, why'd you have to leave? Like, why couldn't
Yeah.
you be here? Like, just a few more years, even, you know? But every
So,
day I think of
so
him.
I'm like you, bro. I'm like you. Like growing up, there's been times where I thought to myself, where I've got a little angry. I've got a little pissed off at times because you feel like
Yeah.
you feel like all the mistakes that you made in life are because like you feel dumb or something because you didn't have somebody there to tell you. And fuck, and you have a lot of anger, but now that I'm older, and I don't know, now that you're older, I've came to realize that everybody makes mistakes in life, and whatever my dad was going through, that was his life, and I'm not blaming him for it. I'm not mad at him anymore for it because I'm the man that
Right.
I am right now. I got my son, and maybe without him leaving, maybe I wouldn't have this type of love for my son and this drive for my son that I have. You know what I
Right.
mean? And
Hmm.
I've come to fruition like that. And I told you I haven't spoken to him in years, just like you haven't spoken to your dad. And I forgive him, dude. I don't
Yeah.
hold this grudge no more, man. But I understand. I understand being 16, 17, and 18. You're angry. How do you feel now? How do you feel now being an adult and a father yourself?
I think still a little angry because he should be here to meet his grandson. But man, I'm more calm, I'm more thought out, more well collected, and I guess I understand the death aspect a little more. You know, I know my dad did what he did. He had his demons, and you know he he, he couldn't get rid of them, and it's unfortunate. But for the longest time, I feel like I had mourned his death instead of just celebrating what I remember of him and what he created for me, what he'd given me. Like the life that I have, man. I'm very blessed because of my dad and my mom. And after realizing, like, no, I should, I should be bringing him up. I should be uplifting. I shouldn't be cursing him. I shouldn't be like, damn you, dad. Like, why'd you leave me? Like, why'd you have to go do
Yeah.
this? Why'd you have to go do that? Like, and since I've been, you know, since I've been like more calm about it, I notice my dad a lot more. I, like seeing him and myself, like hearing stories about him through other people, I get to see who he was, even just not through him or just my mom or family, but through everyone else. So now, like, now I'm okay with it. Now I'm okay with him, being gone. It sucks, but there's nothing we could do. Everything happens for a reason.
No, exactly, man. And he's thinking, man, my son, where he's on. I decided to do this on the 31st today because I didn't want to do it on the first or the second of next month because this is his month. This was dedicated to your dad.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right,
And that's
completely.
why I tried to schedule it. I think I had said on the 27th, but that was the wrong day. I was like, wait, what? Wait, whoa, 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 no, no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no.
that would have been a hard day. That would have been a hard day to do it.
And I really understand why we didn't do it on that. I don't even know why I asked for that. But on the 31st, that's why I did. I was thinking of that, man. And it's
Yeah,
amazing, man. Tommy, what is one of
and
the
God, we were able to do it today.
I know,
I'm glad we were
exactly,
able to get
bro.
this done.
And Tommy, what is one of the best memories that you have of your dad, bro? One of the best memories.
I think the best memory I have of my dad is just being in his room. fridge. He used to keep Dr. Peppers in the bottom and then ice cream sandwiches in the freezer. So
Oh,
he'd go get me from my room. He'd be like, son, he's like, let's watch Cops. And so I'd go to his room and he'd already have ice cream sandwiches and Dr. Peppers already ready to go just to watch Cops. Man,
that is
that dude was
fun.
so he was so cool, man. He was so cool.
That sounds tight, man. That sounds tight right there, man. And tell me, man, from what you remember, what kind of personality that your dad have for everybody who's watching? How would you explain your dad's personality
um
from what you
it's
from
kind
your point of
I'd
view?
say I'd say it's very energetic, very loving, very filling. If you were around my dad, man, and you were in a bad mood, you'd be out of that bad mood within 2 seconds because he'd make you laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. And if you tried your hardest not to, I guarantee you he'd make you laugh. Or man, he was really, really cool, down to earth, and he loved everybody. Loved everybody.
Wow, man. And tell me, if you could see your dad one last time, what would you want to tell him? If he's watching us right now, man, what would you want to tell your dad? You want him to know something?
I don't think I could. I don't think I could.
Yeah, too much emotions, just too much. You,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to say a word.
Mm-mm. I probably just stared him. I don't think I could say anything.
And how would you want people to remember your dad?
Just the exact same way he was, the fighter that he was. You know, he was a fighter, in and out of the ring. You know, he had a big heart, and I hope they remember him more for the good than the bad that the people like to point out.
Nah, never, bro. Never, man. I think on this channel and forever, bro, Johnny Tapia is a legend. He's one of the greatest people to ever step into the ring, and he's one of the greatest hearted people that's ever lived, man. And you know, and it's not just me saying that. There's thousands of, like you said, thousands of
Oh
people who
yeah,
agree with me, and they all have stories to tell about that one time that your dad pulled through for them, for reals,
oh
man.
yeah,
He was a real one. He was one of the most
that's for damn sure.
hardest men in the world.
Yeah,
That's
he was.
crazy, man. And tell me, man, what do you want people to remember you as, Johnny Jr.?
I don't even know. I don't even know right now, man. Right now, I'm just like I don't know. I'm just living life right now. You know, I'm just trying to do my own thing. I don't know. I guess I'm currently going through some like rough times right now, but I guess I want everyone to know that I persevered through every challenge that I went through, and that
Uh,
through whatever challenge I went through, I made it.
hey, you're not the only one struggling right now, my brother. Fucking
Oh yeah.
I was just renting out a house too a little while ago, and me and my girl, we weren't able to keep paying the rent and not able to save money at the same time. So me and my 4-year-old son and my girl are actually living with her grandparents in a 2-bedroom house. I'm doing this
Ah,
interview
I'm sorry to hear that.
in the kitchen. Nah, don't be sorry, bro. I'm taking a step back so I could take two
Yeah,
steps forward. I'm happy where I'm
I
at,
see
dude.
you.
I've struggled for so long with bills and everything like that. For once, I got a little bit of money again. I'm starting to save money. I,
Good.
I,
That's good, brother.
at first, I was disappointed in myself, but I just try to stay positive, man, and I keep it straight. You know, you
And you
too,
got to. You got to,
you
man,
too.
because if that's one thing about us is I feel like all men are big overthinkers, and when we're idle, when we're steady is when we're at our worst. So we got to.
100%, man. Well, Johnny Jr., I think I'm gonna have to let you go on that, my friend. We've had a
Yes,
wonderful
sir.
conversation on the 31st to celebrate the 13 years that your dad has been gone, but has absolutely impacted so many people's lives. He's got us bringing us together, man. I'm from Fresno,
Yes,
California,
sir.
and you're from New Mexico. And who would have ever thought this would even be possible? It's because of,
Right, right,
and it's been 13 years, let alone
right.
20 years since he's been a world champion. Guys,
It's crazy, yeah.
bro, I absolutely love you. I absolutely love your family. And shout out to your mom and the person who I was texting for communicating me with you. I really wanted to do this, bro. I got real love for your dad, bro. And I'm telling
I
you right
appreciate
now,
that.
I cannot wait, bro. My mom is absolutely the biggest fan of your dad. She's been talking about him all my life. When I told her about this, she's like, she got so excited. She loves your
Yeah,
mom and your dad, dude. She actually
that's so
looks like your
cool.
mom. Like they almost look like each other. I'm like, is that why you like him? Man, telling you, man. Hey, Johnny, it's been a
Well,
pleasure to talk to you, bro. For real. I feel
thanks,
very lucky to be
Veronica.
speaking to you.
Yeah, and I do as well, man. Hopefully meet together in person one day, man, and do a live interview or even have you at one of the fights, man. Like
Hey,
we can do some dope stuff, man. Like I said, we want to make it so everyone around us eats, man. Like
hey.
we're trying to lift everybody, we're trying to push everybody forward and, bring everything back. So
Well, you
it
got
was it
somebody
was
on your
awesome being
team.
here, man.
You got somebody on your team right here, Johnny. I'm telling you, bro. And
I appreciate you.
I hope you have a good rest of the day. The rest of this day, I'm gonna go watch some Caleb Platt, and I'm gonna finish off my day with a nice cold
Yes,
beer. And I'm
sir.
gonna be thinking about your dad, and I'm gonna be thinking about you, man. And
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And
I,
I'll pray for you over there, brother. And you keep your head up and you keep pushing forward. And if you want, reach out to Veronica. Maybe we can't send you guys a little care package.
hey, man, I love you. I love you, Johnny Jr.
Yeah, I
Shout
love
out
you
to
too,
you,
man.
man,
I
for joining the
appreciate you.
channel. And shout out
I
to everybody
appreciate
who
you.
was watching me and Johnny Jr. today, my friends. Hey, if you're
Yes,
not a
thank
fan
you
of him,
all.
then you better be a fan of him now, my guys, because the Tapias are back, my
Yes,
friends. Hey,
sir. Yes, sir.
we spoken right here with Johnny Jr., the son of Johnny, Mi Vida, Loca, Tapia. And hey, absolutely amazing stuff, my friend. All right, Johnny Jr.
Appreciate
I'll
you.
catch you later,
You have a
man.
good
I'll
night,
text you,
brother.
man. I'm out, bro.
Always
Thank
be
you, man.
safe.
Thank you so much. You too, bro.
I've always said a saying, yesterday's gone, tomorrow never comes. Today I'm okay.
What's your name?
Johnny Lee Anthony Tapia.
What do you do?
I'm a professional fighter.
Do you love boxing?
I love the box.
Are you a winner?
I'm a winner.